Hi everybody, this is Chad the Gaming Dad here again on Father Knows Best here on Dad's Games. And this week, I was watching some YouTube, and I checked out Dean Thompson's channel, Escape to Gaming, and he did a response to another video out there that was asking, are you a loser for playing video games? And I couldn't help but use that for my topic this week because I feel pretty strongly about that. And I want to start off by just telling you a little bit of a story, basically. So to me, asking if someone's a loser if they play video games is kind of like asking if somebody's a loser for a bunch of other reasons. So let me tell you a quick little story. When I was a kid, I liked to play sports, you know, soccer and baseball and stuff like that. But I also liked video games, and I also liked learning about computers. So what happened was that you'd think I would have all the friends. I would know everybody. Everybody would be friends with me. But it actually turned out to be the opposite. I had none, because the guys that I would play sports with would find out that I was into some of the, quote, nerdy stuff, and they didn't want to have anything to do with me. And then if I was talking to the, quote, nerdy guys, they found out that I also like to play sports, and they didn't want to have anything to do with me. So here I am, right in the middle of everything, and I've kind of been like that my whole life. So to me, when people are asking, are you a loser for playing video games, the obvious answer is no, you're not. But the more complex answer is, why would you ask that in the first place? I mean, it seems like human nature, people need to feel like they are part of the larger group, that they're in the majority, that they're winning or something like that, and that the guys that are different than them are losing, and you're a loser because you're not doing what all the rest of us are doing. And that's really not the case. In my opinion, I think the people that are true to themselves and actually have the courage to go off and do their own thing, regardless of whether or not it's the popular thing to do, and regardless of whether you're going to have a huge group of friends or not, I think those are the people who are truly not losers, because they're being true to themselves. Listen, guys, there's no one here, no one on earth. You know the old saying, no one here gets out alive? Well, that's true. We only get to go around this one time. One time. You get to live once. You get to choose what you do one time. I personally try to do as many things as I possibly can. You know, take it all the way back to when Dean was talking about his parents and stuff like that. It happened with parents in the past with music. It happened with movies. It happened with everything else. But my parents, just for a quick example, my dad does not like playing video games. Now, he's never really come out and told me that I'm stupid or that I'm a loser for playing video games. It's just kind of implied a little bit that I'm just wasting time when I could be doing something else. But here's the thing. He is like a movieaholic. The dude watches everything. So it's okay for him to sit in his basement and watch movie after movie after movie for hours on end when he gets home from work. But it's not okay for me to sit here in this room and enjoy video games and enjoy the story that they tell me. In fact, for me, for my money, I like video games better than movies, because I watch a movie, but when you play a really good game, you get to be the movie. You get to be in it. But if some people don't like games, that's fine. But that's my example. He doesn't like that. He thinks, oh, yeah, loser. What about guys that go out? A lot of your dads out there, other people's dads is a pretty common thing. A lot of your dads may go out and golf, right? There's a million golf courses all over the country, and they're constantly filled with people going golfing all the time. I've gone golfing a few times, but it's not, I mean, I'm not going to go all the time. It's not my favorite thing in the world to do. But my point, some people will come up to you and they'll say, hey, you're an idiot because you spend all that money on games and stuff. What do you think you're doing? You could be spending your money on something else and everything. Okay, well, how about the golfer that goes out and spends, I mean, even a crappy golf course is going to be like $50 a round, maybe even more than that. And then you got to rent a cart, not to mention you have to have all your own equipment, which costs hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to bundle up all those clubs and everything and have all the latest gear. And then you got to, you know, buy a pair of ugly pants and a crazy looking shirt, and then you go out there. These guys are spending way more golfing on every weekend, going out and having a weekly golf outing, than we do on video games, right? It's the same thing I heard from other people. I used to do pro wrestling. I used to be a pro wrestler. I mean, I guess you always are once you are one, so I still am a pro wrestler, but I'm retired because at my age now, I'm not really old, but it hurts. It's not, it's not as fake as everybody thinks, and you do get hurt, and so I kind of don't wrestle anymore. But back, it wasn't too long ago, a few years ago when I did, people like my own mom would tell me that if I don't stop doing that, that means that I'm a bad father. Because in her eyes, doing a sport or putting on a show, really, just entertaining people, putting on a show that was something they didn't understand, had no clue what was going on, to them, it was too risky. And if I'm willing to take those risks, that means I don't care about my kids. Well, I'm here to tell you that the reason why I kept doing it as long as I did was because of my kids. I want them to look back when they grow up and see a dad that has a good example, showing them if you want to do something, you work hard at it, you try it, and you do it. You don't wait around and you don't talk about doing it all the time. You just go do it. And then you're proud of yourself for doing it. You have to take some risks in life. You have to do some things. I mean, you want to be smart. You don't want to do things where you're going to get killed or anything like that. But it all boils down to people just not understanding. Other gamers don't call gamers losers for playing video games. Unless, of course, they are people that are only playing one kind of game. And if you play a different one, then you're a loser. Once again, bringing it right back to where I started, where everybody feels like they have to be a part of a group. And only the strong ones can step outside of a group and still be happy with themselves and still feel like they have a lot of value. And I've been like that my whole life, and it hasn't made me the most popular person in the world, believe me. As far as having a whole bunch of friends and stuff, I've learned how to do things alone a lot, but that's okay too. Because at the end of the day, I'm not a loser because I did what I liked. I did what I enjoy. I had fun doing the things that I wanted to do. Gaming is a huge part of that, but doing the wrestling, doing these videos, doing all this kind of stuff, doing whatever you want to do, as long as it makes you happy and you're not hurting yourself and you're not hurting anyone else, who cares? It doesn't have to just be gaming. It can be anything. It can be from, you're too fat, you're too skinny, you're too tall, you're too short, you're attracted to the wrong person, you're attracted to the right person, you're the wrong race, you're the right race. There is no wrong and right. It just is. Things just are. People are. Gamers are. Non-gamers are. I don't look at someone who doesn't play games and say, man, you're a loser, you don't play games. I would suggest that they try it because it's really fun, but I can't call them a loser. Now, here's the other thing that I think is wrong with today's society. Just a real quick one. Everybody out there feels like everybody has to like everybody, and everybody has to approve of everything that everybody's doing. I'm not advocating that, because it's every one of our God-given right to dislike things and dislike what people do, and we're allowed to dislike people in general. If there's somebody that you just don't like, you're allowed to do that. But where you have to draw the line is leave them alone. If you don't like somebody, leave them alone. If you don't like what they're doing, shut up. Leave them alone. It doesn't affect you. Unless they're coming into your house, into your life, into your space, and they're doing something that adversely affects you. If they're just out there and you don't like what they're doing, who cares? Because no one really wants to hear from you anyway. So that's what I'm talking about this week. Kind of a big topic, kind of a broad topic. Asking if someone's a loser for playing video games, to me, is the same kind of thing as asking if somebody is a loser for any of these other things that people do and that people like to do and that people are. My suggestion to everyone out there is be true to yourself, stand up for yourself, and be proud of the things that you like to do. Do what you want to go do. And if you don't like somebody else, that's fine. Leave them alone. You don't have to talk to them. You don't have to look at them. You don't have to watch their videos or whatever. It really doesn't matter. That's what it's all about. Be yourself and have a good time. And I am not a loser for playing games. In fact, it enhances my life, because when I get older, hopefully I'll still have this will still work, right? And I can keep playing games as long as I live, and that's my plan, because why not? Right? It's what we like to do. So till next time, remember, you never outgrow video games. My name's Chad the Gaming Dad, and this is Dad's Games. And thank you for watching, just like always, and we will see you on the next one. So long, everybody. Hey, thanks again for watching. If you liked this video, please hit like and subscribe. I love hearing from you, so make sure to post your comments and ideas below. Remember that there are tons of other gamers out there just like you and me. Feel free to share these videos with all the other grown-ups that will never outgrow video games. Twitter, Facebook, and all of the social media outlets. This channel is for all of us. Let them know that they are not alone. I also have a link for GreenManGaming. Click that to find tons of great games at awesome prices. Use the link, and when you take advantage of the deals, Green Man helps Dad's Games. It's a win-win. Thanks again, everyone, and we'll see you next time.